Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're ready for another deep dive because today we're tackling BJ's Wholesale Club.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we've got their Q3 2024 earnings call transcript, hot off the presses,
Oh, wow.
and a snapshot of their stock performance as of the close of market today, November 21st, 2024. So whether you're a BJ's shopper, an investor, or just curious about the world of warehouse clubs, this one's for you.
What's fascinating here is that we can connect what BJ's is telling investors to what you might actually see happening the next time you're shopping at one of their clubs.
Okay, let's jump right in. First things first.
Okay.
BJ's stock closed up over 8% today. That's a pretty significant jump, especially in this market.
Right. And that kind of jump usually means investors are feeling pretty optimistic about the company's future. It could be strong financials, a positive outlook, or maybe even some strategic investments that have caught their eye.
Well, there's definitely some big news that came out of this earnings call. Remember how BJ's hasn't raised their membership fees in, like, forever?
7 years, to be exact.
7 years. So what changed?
Well, they just announced their first membership fee increase since 2017.
Wow.
The basic membership is going up $5 to $60 a year.
Okay.
And the plus membership is going up $10 to $120 a year.
This is where things get intriguing. A fee increase after 7 years is a big deal. What's the rationale behind it? Are they just trying to squeeze more money out of their members?
That's a fair question, and one that a lot of people are probably asking. But BJ's is emphasizing that this increase is all about investing in the membership experience, not just padding their bottom line.
So they're not just pocketing the extra cash, they're actually putting it back into improving things for their members.
Precisely. They highlighted some major investments they've made since the last fee hike, back in 2017.
Okay.
For starters, average hourly wages in their clubs and distribution centers are up almost 40%.
Wow.
That's a pretty significant investment in their workforce.
So they're paying their employees better, which hopefully means better service for shoppers. What else?
They've also rolled out better rewards programs, deeper gas discounts, and even a new co-branded credit card with more perks. Plus, back in 2017, they were giving back around $130 million to members as rewards.
Wow.
That number has now more than doubled to over $350 million.
Wow. So they're really putting their money where their mouth is when it comes to member benefits.
Exactly. They're clearly emphasizing the value proposition of their membership, showcasing how these enhanced benefits directly translate into savings and convenience for their members.
But are these perks enough to justify the higher membership fee for everyone? What about people who rarely use same-day delivery, for example?
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
It really depends on individual shopping habits and how much value you place on those perks. For some, the increased cost might be a deal breaker, while others might see it as a worthwhile investment.
It's all about weighing the pros and cons, right? Now, for the plus members out there, there's an extra perk that caught my eye.
Yes. The 2 free same-day deliveries per year. That's a new addition.
So BJ's is offering free deliveries. Are they trying to out Amazon?
It's a bold move for sure, and it definitely puts them in more direct competition with services like Amazon Prime. It suggests they're serious about convenience and catering to the growing demand for online shopping and same-day delivery.
This move to offer free same-day deliveries makes me wonder, are they directly targeting Amazon Prime members? Could this be the start of a price war in the convenience market?
It's certainly possible. But let's not forget, the value of those 2 free deliveries alone is more than 3 times the cost of the Plus membership fee increase. That's a pretty compelling argument for some shoppers.
Okay, so we've established that BJ's is serious about investing in their members, but what else is driving their success? Let's look at some other highlights from the earnings call.
Well, for starters, their sales are strong, particularly in fresh categories like produce, meat, and dairy.
That's interesting. Do we know why they are outperforming in this area? Are they sourcing from local farms, offering unique products? What's their secret sauce?
There are a few factors at play. They've made a concerted effort to improve the quality and selection of their fresh food offerings, and it seems to be resonating with shoppers.
And it's not just about sales, right? They're seeing some positive feedback from customers, too.
Exactly. Their Net Promoter Score, NPS, which measures customer loyalty and satisfaction, is going up, particularly in those fresh categories.
Interesting.
This means customers are really happy with the quality and selection of their fresh food, so much so that they're more likely to recommend BJ's to others.
So they're winning on both fronts. Strong sales and happy customers. Now, speaking of happy customers, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the shopping cart in the warehouse.
Okay.
Digital shopping.
Absolutely. Digital shopping is booming for BJ's. They reported a 30% jump in digital sales just this quarter, which is significant.
A 30% jump. That's huge. I guess people really are embracing the convenience factor.
It's a sign of the times. And that growth is being driven by things like buy online, pick up in club, BOPC, and of course, same-day delivery.
So they're catering to those of us who want to shop from our couches and those who want to grab and go. Now, while some shoppers are heading online, others are still flocking to their brick and mortar stores.
Right. And BJ's is actually expanding their footprint pretty aggressively.
Interesting.
They're opening new stores ahead of schedule and on track to have over 250 clubs by our next deep dive.
Wow. Are they coming to your town? You'll have to check the show notes for a link to their store locator.
And here's an interesting tidbit. They're even adding gas stations to some of their older clubs, like their very first club, which just got a gas station after 40 years.
I actually visited a BJ's recently and was surprised by the quality of their fresh produce. It was way better than I expected.
Yeah.
And they had a gas station which was super convenient. I wonder if that's part of a broader strategy to attract and retain members.
It's definitely a smart move. Gas discounts are a powerful perk for warehouse clubs, especially with gas prices being so volatile lately.
It seems like BJ's is hitting all the right notes, investing in their employees, expanding their digital presence, adding new stores, and even throwing in some gas savings.
It's clear they're trying to position themselves as a one-stop shop for their members, a place where you can get your groceries, fill up your tank, and maybe even snag some holiday gifts, all while enjoying those sweet membership perks.
So is this the evolution of the warehouse club? Are they becoming less about bulk buying and more about convenience and value?
That's a fascinating question, and one we'll explore further as we dive deeper into BJ's overall strategy.
Don't go anywhere, folks, because we're just getting started. Okay, so we've seen how BJ's is stepping up their game in terms of member perks and convenience.
Right.
But what does this all mean for their overall strategy?
Well, it's fascinating to see how they're evolving. You know, they're definitely moving beyond that traditional image of warehouse clubs being just about buying in bulk. Their focus on convenience, from digital shopping and same-day delivery to expanding their fresh food selection and adding gas stations, really sets them apart.
Yeah, it's like they're saying, we get it, you're busy, you want good value, and you don't want to spend your whole day running errands.
Exactly. They're aiming to be the one-stop shop, the place where you can get your groceries, fill up your tank, maybe grab some holiday gifts, and who knows, maybe even find a new TV all in one trip.
Right. And that investment in fresh seems like a key part of the puzzle. After all, if you're already going to BJ's for fresh produce and meat every week, you're more likely to pick up other items while you're there, really.
Absolutely. They're building loyalty through the things people need most often, and then offering the bonus of those bulk buys and treasure hunt items that warehouse clubs are known for.
Right. It makes you wonder, could this be a threat to traditional grocery stores? I mean, if BJ's can offer competitive prices on fresh food, plus all those extra perks and convenience factors, why wouldn't people just do all their shopping there?
It's a really interesting question. You know, we're already seeing a blurring of the lines between different retail categories. Warehouse clubs aren't just about stocking up anymore. They're becoming more integrated into people's weekly routines.
Right. And remember how Bob Eddy mentioned that BJ's sees itself gaining market share, even in uncertain economic times?
Right. That's a crucial insight. You know, when people are feeling financially squeezed, they're looking for value more than ever. And BJ's is positioning itself as the answer to that need.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener?
Well,
it means you have options. Whether you're a bargain hunter, a busy parent, or just someone who appreciates good value, BJ's is evolving to cater to a wider range of shoppers.
This isn't your grandmother's warehouse club. This is a company that's adapting to the way people live and shop today. And that's something worth paying attention to, whether you're an investor or just a savvy consumer.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, we wanted to leave you with something to ponder. Given BJ's focus on fresh food, convenience, and expanding their reach, could they become a serious threat to traditional grocery stores?
Yeah.
We're already seeing grocery chains trying to up their game with online ordering and delivery services.
Right.
But can they compete with the sheer buying power and membership model of a warehouse club? That's something to keep an eye on as the retail landscape continues to evolve.
It's a fascinating question, and one that will likely play out over the coming years.
One thing's for sure, the world of shopping is getting more interesting by the day.
Absolutely. And as always, the more informed you are, the better equipped you'll be to navigate these changes and make the best choices for yourself and your wallet.
Speaking of being informed, you can find links to both of our sources in the show notes.
The full BJ's Wholesale Club earnings call transcript and their up-to-the-minute stock performance. We encourage you to dive in and draw your own conclusions.
And hey, who knows, maybe we'll bump into you at BJ's. All this talk about fresh produce and those free same-day deliveries has me thinking about a little warehouse shopping spree myself.
Well, on that note, I think we've covered a lot of ground today. We've seen how BJ's is evolving to meet the needs of modern shoppers and how they're positioning themselves for success in this changing retail world.
They're not afraid to invest in their future and, more importantly, in their members. And that's what sets them apart.
In a world where consumers have more choices than ever before, building loyalty is key, and BJ's seems to understand that. By focusing on value, convenience, and that overall membership experience, they're creating a compelling proposition for shoppers.
So whether you're a seasoned warehouse club pro or just a curious newcomer, we hope this deep dive has given you a fresh perspective on BJ's Wholesale Club, and maybe even sparked some new ideas about where the world of retail is headed.
Thanks for joining us on this journey of discovery. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into a topic that's sure to inform, entertain, and maybe even inspire you.
Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those insightful questions.
And hey, if you find yourself wandering the aisles of BJ's Wholesale Club anytime soon, let us know if you spot any of those treasure hunt items we talked about.
Happy shopping, everyone! So as we wrap up our deep dive into BJ's Wholesale Club, I'm curious, what stood out to you the most?
For me, it's their willingness to adapt and evolve. They're not resting on their laurels as a traditional warehouse club. They're actively responding to changing consumer behaviors and really leaning into convenience and value.
Yeah, I think you're right. That focus on fresh really struck me too. I mean, who would have thought a warehouse club would be giving traditional grocery stores a run for their money in the fresh produce aisle?
It's a brilliant strategy. By focusing on the things people need most often, fresh groceries, gas, they're drawing shoppers in more frequently and building that loyalty. Then once you're there, you're more likely to take advantage of those bulk buys and impulse purchases that warehouse clubs are famous for.
Right. It's like they're saying, come for the fresh strawberries, stay for the 50-gallon drum of mayonnaise. Okay, maybe not mayonnaise, but you get the idea.
Exactly. And that ties into what Bob Eddy said about gaining market share even in uncertain economic times. People are always looking for value, especially when money is tight. And BJ's is making a strong case for being that value destination, not just for bulk buys, but for all your shopping needs.
So it's not just about price, it's about the whole experience, convenience, perks, quality products. They're really trying to create a compelling reason for people to choose BJ's over the competition.
Absolutely. And that investment in their workforce is a big part of that, too. By paying their employees better, they're likely seeing improvements in morale, service quality, and maybe even reduced turnover. All of that translates into a better shopping experience for the customer.
Yeah. It's a reminder that sometimes investing in your people is the best way to invest in your business.
Couldn't agree more. So as we sign off, I think the big question we're left with is, what's next for BJ's? Will this evolution continue? Will we see even more focus on digital, on fresh food, on expanding their footprint? And how will traditional retailers respond to this warehouse club shakeup?
Right. That's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, BJ's is a company to watch. They're not afraid to innovate and disrupt the status quo. And for savvy shoppers and investors alike, that's something to pay attention to.
Well said. And as always, we encourage you to check out the links to our source material in the show notes. The full BJ's Wholesale Club earnings call transcript and their latest stock performance. Do your own research, draw your own conclusions, and maybe even share your thoughts with us on social media. We love hearing from our listeners.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of BJ's Wholesale Club. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those shopping carts rolling.